I'm Eric Novak. You know, in this COVID world that we exist in, automakers still are trying to launch new vehicles and designs, and they want the media to cover them, but there's always the challenge. We're not traveling, we're not doing drive events, and the auto show industry is basically stopped. So when you're trying to introduce new models, well, we've got the internet, but you still want to see them in person. So what some auto companies are doing is creating static events where you will come and see the vehicles. You're not driving them yet, but at least you get to learn some of the basic details, such as you might at an auto show. Today I'm at the headquarters of Toyota Canada in suburban Toronto, Ontario, where Toyota Canada has three important launches that they want to reveal in sort of a collective static display. So today I'm going to do a quick walk around with some representatives from Toyota Canada, and we're going to look at three new vehicles. We're going to look at the all-new second generation GR86, their sports car for enthusiasts. We're going to take a look at the second generation Mirai, a fuel cell vehicle, and we're going to take a look at perhaps their most important of the three launches, the all-new subcompact vehicle that they're launching. They're calling it the Corolla Cross. So stay tuned. Let's take a look at three new Toyota vehicles.
So this is the all-new 2022 Corolla Cross. It's a brand new vehicle for Toyota in the popular segment of subcompact SUVs. The Corolla Cross is an addition to the Corolla family. You know, we already have a Corolla hatchback, Corolla hybrid, Corolla sedan, and now we have a subcompact SUV in the Corolla family. It's an addition to our subcompact SUV range. We're keeping the CHR in our range. The CHR is an urban front-wheel drive SUVs. This Corolla Cross is available in front-wheel drive and all-wheel drive. It has a more spacious interior and also more cargo volume than the CHR. So the key selling features of this Corolla Cross, there's many of them. The first one is the platform. So it's Toyota new global architecture platform. The powertrain is a 2-liter 4-cylinder dynamic force engine. So it's an engine that you'll find already on some of our Corollas, the sporty grades of a Corolla. It develops 169 horsepower, and it's paired with a direct shift CVT. So it's a CVT that has a launch gear. A launch gear is very similar to a traditional first gear of an automatic transmission. So the estimated fuel economy is 7.4 liter per 100 kilometer combined for the front-wheel drive and 7.8 liter per 100 kilometer combined for the all-wheel drive. So the Corolla is a very popular and very well-known nameplate in North America, and because this vehicle uses the same platform as the Corolla and the same powertrain as the Corolla Sport, we decided to use the name Corolla Cross. This Corolla Cross competes in the subcompact SUV segment. It's a very popular segment. A lot of Canadians have been moving from cars, from sedans to these segments, and we have a lot to offer to Canadians in terms of capability. It's available with the all-wheel drive system. In terms of fuel economy, the price of gas is going up, so fuel economy is very important for Canadians. The vehicle is also ready for the winter. Heated front seats are standard. Heated windshield wipers are standard, and there's a lot of features available, like the moonroof, the roof rails, the wireless charger, the USB charging ports. Premium sound system is also available. So this is the second generation of the Toyota 86, and for this second generation we added the Gazoo Racing badge, so it's now called GR86. It's track tested, pro driver approved, and it's definitely a vehicle for enthusiasts. So this is the second vehicle in Canada to get the Gazoo Racing badge, the first one being the Toyota Supra. So it's a full model change for this second generation. So the platform has been improved. It's now 50% more rigid than the previous generation. We also have a new powertrain. So it's a new 2.4 4-cylinder boxer engine that offers 228 horsepower. So it's 23 more horsepower than the previous generation. It has 184 pound-feet of torque. It's also an improvement compared to a previous generation. We had 156. And the good news is that the peak torque is now reached at 3,700 RPM compared to 6,600 RPM for the previous generation. So you get linear acceleration whatever your range of RPM is. So this vehicle is definitely designed for enthusiasts. people who want an agile, nimble, responsive and lightweight vehicle, but it's also a vehicle that you can drive every day. Okay, so in front of us we have a 2022 Toyota Mirai. This is the second generation of a Mirai, and the Mirai is a fuel cell electric vehicle. So a fuel cell electric vehicle is actually an electric vehicle. It works with an electric motor, but the energy used by the electric motor doesn't come from a big battery. It actually comes from a fuel cell. And when air meets hydrogen in the fuel cell, there's a chemical reaction that creates electricity, and that electricity is used immediately to drive the wheels of a vehicle. So the Mirai is of course a zero emission vehicle. Actually the only emission that comes out of the Mirai is water. This is the second generation of the Mirai, and a lot of things have been greatly improved, starting with the platform. So now it's a GAL platform that we bought from Lexus. So it's a premium rear-wheel drive platform. The fuel cell system and the electric system has been completely redesigned and redistributed into the vehicle. The fuel cell is now located under the hood. It's more compact, lighter and more efficient than before. We get more power from the electric motor. It's now 134 kilowatt, which translates into 182 horsepower. And the range has also been extended. It was 500 kilometers before, now it's 650 kilometers. So the hydrogen is kept in 3 tanks, so the high pressure tanks at 10,000 psi. One of them is located in the trunk, one under the rear seats, and one is in the center of the vehicle. And they have a capacity of 5.6 kilos of hydrogen, and it takes about 5 to 6 minutes to refuel those 3 tanks. Currently in Canada, we can find hydrogen stations in 2 provinces, one being Quebec, the other one being British Columbia. So there's several stations in Vancouver, in the greater Vancouver area. So at the moment, those are the 2 provinces where you can find hydrogen in Canada. In California, in the US, you'll find more stations. So it's evolving. We see more and more hydrogen stations in North America.
Is an interesting first look at these 3 vehicles here in this static format. Just to start off again with the closing remarks, this Mirai, I'm excited to drive. I did drive the first generation Mirai, and yes, I did drink the water, but that's okay. You shouldn't do it, but for the craft I did. I may do it again when I get a chance to drive this. Of course, the limitation is that it is only available in limited markets. That's a different issue because that's technology and that's infrastructure at play, but still a fun drive that it looks like I will enjoy seeing. This Corolla Cross really seems to be the one that is going to get the most attention and the greatest success. The subcompact SUV category really is in high demand, and I can see why they would want a supplemental vehicle with the CHR. I'm a little questioning the reason for calling it Corolla. I understand why, but I might have suggested a different vehicle altogether. I'm told I will probably get a chance to drive this early in the fall, so stay tuned for that. And of course, we've got the GR86. It's a small category. There's not a lot of sales potential here, but it's good to see that Toyota still recognizes that there is potential, and there are people who want a enthusiast, low, lightweight vehicle such as this for sportiness and fun. So this will be another one that we'll try to get a drive in as soon as we can. But that's it for the first little static look at 3 new vehicles from Toyota's lineup for 2021 and 2022. I hope you enjoyed this look. And from Toyota Canada's headquarters in suburban Toronto, Ontario, I'm Eric Novak. Thanks for watching. There's plenty of ways for you to keep connected with me, so check out some of my social media links, suggested videos, and I'd really love it if you subscribe to my YouTube channel.